Okay, for the wet portion of this week, we are going to do something that's really strange, but it turns out kind of cool. I have this clear embossing powder, and I really don't care for it. I haven't liked it because it's real thick. It's not the real thick embossing powder, but it's not the real fine either. And this stuff just blows all over the place. And it's just not fun to use. But I have found a way to use it. Okay, this is the embossing powder, and it's almost the consistency of salt. And this stuff just blows right off. I mean, it doesn't stay on when you do the regular stamp and embossing stuff. I'm going to use this embossing pad refill. Now, Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell this, but I'm going to show you some wild stuff. Okay, with the re-inker, I'm going to separate out one of the flowers, and this stuff will come out in a droplet-like shape. Oops. Alright, so I just let it go and let it soak into the paper a little bit. And while it's still wet, then I'm going to dip it in this thick stuff. And then now I'm going to heat emboss it. Okay, I'm going to drop some of this embossing refill stuff down into the flower and let it soak in a little bit. And then I'm going to put this thick stuff over it and tap it off. Now this will smoke the heat tool if you have it on for too long. And some of this stuff will blow off, but it's not as bad as it cools. This kind of white stuff will turn clear. With the Prima paper flowers, I'm going to use this embossing refill. Put a couple drops on, and then move it around. Okay, and then with the embossing powder, I'm going to sprinkle it on. Now this will want to curl around the tweezers, and that's okay. Just let it go. Put some more embossing powder on. Okay, I think that's probably about enough. Now I'll lay it down. Alright, now I'll lay it down and let it cool off. Now with the paper piercer, I'm going to go back in and poke open that hole. Now if you have one of these mini albums and you use a lot of flowers, this is one way to make them shiny. Well, that's the way to change the look of some paper flowers. You want to change the center color of your flower. Put a little of the re-inker in there and dip it in the embossing powder. And there you have some little flowers with different colored centers, and then your clear embossed ones. Stampin' Up! Sells this shimmer mist or shimmer paint or something. Anyway, this is called Champagne Mist. Shake it up good, and with a cotton ball I'm going to take a little of this, and on these little flowers I'm just going to dab the edges. They look like this with their little shimmery edges and their little yellow centers.